release and some of our plans for the future. And this is entirely made possible by our exceptionally generous patrons, a few of which who have joined me today. So I guess we'll get right into it. On today's agenda, we have last month's events with Starry Pi 3K updating, some current events with upgrade work and the 1.3 unstable being released, and plans for the future with our final move to 1.3. As usual, we'll end it out with some open discussion. So, the Starry Pi 3K update is a pretty small one. Just finally found the cause of those ship auto-claim and /here intermittent issues. It's just a little logic issue with how Starry Pi 3K loops through all the connections and makes checks. But that should be fixed now. Or, it's not server side yet due to upgrade work having a higher priority, but after that's all over with, it'll be server side. Speaking of upgrade work, the new hardware has been purchased. We're now running on a wonderful server with an i7-3930, a pair of 3TB hard drives running in RAID 1 for redundancy, and 64 gigs of RAM, which will be wonderful for RAMFS for our universe files. Also, Intel NIC, gigabit uplink, all that good stuff. As for what I'm currently working on, final deployment. Finally making that full move to our new server and 1.3 all in one big go. Speaking of 1.3, as I'm sure you're all well aware, the 1.3 unstable has been released. It was released on the 31st, and going by the previous unstable, we're expecting it to drop around a week, so it's definitely crunch time. We've also got Starry Pi 3K updated the same day as the 1.3 unstable release, so that's wonderful. As for the mods, universe, and all that stuff, it seems to be working fairly well as well. There are a few mods causing a crash to desktop, but we're aware of those and we're working to fix them with the mod developers. There's also problems with custom captain's chairs. At the moment, we think the only real issue with them is with circles, just because the mods developer is no longer updating it, but we'll see what we can do on that front. On the same topic as not updating, we've also got modded species being unable to use mechs. This is a little bit of a problem, seeing as a few of our modded species will not be updated by their mod authors. Possibly whoever's maintaining it on the Steam Workshop will put out a fix for it, but it's really hard to tell. So we'll have to deal with that somehow. I suppose worst case scenario, I can make a mod that mods the mods, but I'd rather not do that. As for our plans for 1.3, we will not be wiping the universe. We got really lucky in that the change between 1.2 and 1.3 is pretty much nothing, as far as the universe is concerned. We're expecting Sable to drop around the 7th, again, about a week from when it was released, and we're expecting a significant player base increase. And this is both old players returning and new players coming in. So we definitely want to be on the new hardware before that happens. We're doing something a bit differently as well. We normally have a temporary server, just so that mods can update and we'll figure out how to deal with all the issues that causes, but we will not be doing that this time. We will be going straight to the new server, just because it appears to be compatible enough that we simply don't need the temporary server. And last but definitely not least, the universe is going to be pruned. Not deleted, just pruned. Any planets that have not been visited for over 3 months will be deleted. And after the update has been finished, this will keep being a thing. If a planet is not visited for 3 months, it will eventually be automatically deleted. Now, this is mainly to free up hard drive space and make our backups go a lot faster. Even without the RAMFS speed increases, this pruning should increase it by at least 2 times. So yeah, that should be pretty great. And I think that's about it for this month. as things have been fairly quiet. So I guess we'll move into some open discussion. If anyone has questions, comments, whatever really, now would be the time. And if not, we can always just close it out. Yep. Sorry about that. Minor technical difficulties. Right. It's not exactly ideal using Discord for voice, and uh, yeah, it seems to work better than Hangouts, but still not exactly ideal. Okay, I'll have to keep that in mind. I'm fairly certain that we can just write a mod that patches the species to add mech support. As long as we set it to a high enough priority, it should be perfectly fine. It'll just load after all of the other mods. Yeah, definitely not complaining though. But yeah, it's rather odd. Um, I don't think it really will. Well, right. Well, currently, the pruning system is not aware of what planets are claimed and what planets are not, sadly. So, even if a planet is claimed, it may still be deleted. It's all based on how recently the file has been accessed. Yeah, I guess I can retain a backup of the universe pre-pruning. Ideally, I would tie it in with StarryPy3K's database, but it's the database isn't really a usable database. Yeah, I've been a little worried about that. I figure 3 months is a pretty long span of time, but I suppose it could be adjusted to 4, maybe even 5, depending on how much of an impact that makes. Right. Actually, I might be able to parse the logs to figure out what planets are claimed and what planets are not. Oh, I have received your guide. It came in when my phone was bricked. I must have forgot to reply. Sorry about that. But yeah, I'll see about getting that in a place where users can use it pretty soon. Alright, will do. That's alright. Well, anything else that anyone would like to add? Alright, then I guess we'll wrap it up. So, thank you all for joining me. I hope you at least found this somewhat informative, and hope to see you on the server.